Eyesight is there, the high drive, deep center, go, 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 we're out of here, say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome to the Rob Waddell Gymnasium here in Gloucester County as we've got 2 basketball games today, and we come back here on the 30th for 2 more on the evening of the 30th. We welcome you here to Pittman High School as we've got 2 good games today. First, with an out-of-state friend, it's the Caravel Buccaneers of Bear, Delaware, and the Triton Mustangs. Of course, Bear isn't too far away from Wilmington. It's not too far from the home that we're used to here in South Jersey. But we've got a fun matchup here today, and then we follow that up with Pittman having their home opener of the year. They're going to be playing off against the Paulsboro Red Raiders, a playoff rematch from last year, a game where Pittman won en route to a South Jersey Group 1 sectional final and a sectional title as well. That game will be at 2 o'clock. Both teams breaking from their huddles here with the referees discussing rules and regulations. And today, it's going to be a good day for both of these teams. Obviously, Triton coming into this game 1-2, started off their season with a loss to Kingsway, beating Cumberland by 20 and then falling to Haddon Township in the Jimmy V Classic over at Cherokee High School. So these guys have played a mostly road schedule this year. But the Mustangs, again, led by Coach Andrew Kenson-Ace, you know, he's a good coach. This is a good team, and they've got a great guy in Jasir Baker on this team, along with Jalen Morris, 2 efficient scorers who can really drive into the paint, and they can also shoot from 3. They can really do it all, and especially for a Tri-County team, especially in Tri-County Liberty, the tough division that is, makes it very good for them. And for Caravel, they're 4-2 this year. They started off the season as an independent team here in Delaware with wins over Aspira and Brandywine. Their first loss of the year was actually at home to Smyrna High School. They lost their second game of the year to Chichester, PA, and then they've won their last 2 versus Gloucester Christian and the Tatnall School. So they'll be back here on Monday, and so will we. So hopefully you guys enjoy the action. We'll have starting lineups and much more in just a moment here on DWB as we kick off this fun-filled weekend of holiday basketball. Well, they were going to introduce starters, and then John Hopley's mic cut out. Maybe a dead battery or something. They got through 1 Caravel starter, and that was enough. Well, if John is unable to introduce the starting lineups, we will do so for you. For the Caravel Buccaneers, led by Mike Tobin, you've got Mike Sheehan, number 0, Jacob Goldstein, number 1, Isaac Chukwara, number 2, Brady Thompson, number 4, and then Quan Lee, number 21 for the Buccaneers. Like we said, Buccaneers 4-2 going into this game. This is the first ever DWB basketball stream to feature an out-of-state competitor. We've seen several of them in baseball with Monsignor Bonner in Philadelphia, and also the teams from Connecticut and Massachusetts, West Springfield and Enfield, Connecticut. And we've even seen some out-of-state competition in football, but not on the hoops floor. So they will forego the starting lineups. As let's take a look at Triton's as well before they tip off tonight, this afternoon, I should say. For the Mustangs, led by Andrew Canzanese, you've got Taylon Walsh, Jalen Morris, Mike Rivero, Israel Funches, and Joel Almanez Oliveira, with Morris being their leading scorer tonight. So the Caravel Buccaneers lining up on the right side of your screen in the navy, or I should say in the white jerseys, maroon accents, and then Triton on the left side got their classic blue and red road jerseys here for Canzanese and the Mustangs. If you're just joining us, it's the tip-off of the Pittman Holiday Classic here from the Rob Waddell Gym, here set up on the top row. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Jake Steidler. It'll be a fun one with our friends from Delaware and our friends from right around the corner in Camden County. That one's tipped, and we are underway here in Pittman. Quan Lee with the first touch, driving to the basket and getting a quick layup to start this afternoon's festivities. Hold on. From three, that ball falls for Triton as they've got their bucket of the night, their first. Hit by looks like number 13. That being Michael Rivero. Talked about him a little bit in the pregame. He put up 14 in Triton's loss to Haddon Township back on the 21st last Saturday. We do have our first foul that will send Caravel to the line. With number 2, Isaac Chikwara. First shot goes. Tie game at 3. Chikwara shooting 50% from the line. He's only had 8 shots from the charity stripe this year, but shots number 9 and 10 are both successful for number 2, and that makes it a 4-3 game for the Buccaneers. Moving inside for the Mustangs, unable to find a grip. This one's from the top of the key, and it's off the front of the rim. Triton unable to catch a rebound. It goes back to the Buccaneers and Mike Sheehan, who brings it down the floor to Lee. Lee pulls up, lobs this one, does not fall. Tried to get a little floater off the right hand. That was also unsuccessful. Triton, another bobble, leaning inside, and a rattler goes in for Israel Funches. And the score is now 5-4 in favor of the Mustangs. That one bangs off the scorer's table. It'll be a turnover for the Mustangs. Caravel led by head coach Mike Tobin. And one of the things he mentioned to us beforehand, before the game, is that, you know, in Connecticut and Massachusetts, there's some great sports media services out there like Mass Live, Lehigh Valley Live for stuff like Phillipsburg and Easton, PA, out in the Lehigh Valley. That ball falls from 3 for Goldstein. But then beyond that, NJ.com is probably the most complete New Jersey resource for stats, rosters, and everything like that. And along with that, as the ball got turned over again for Lee, driving into the lane, takes an elbow, doesn't fall. And the rebound goes to Taylon Walsh. This one is again stolen. Lee has room to fly, and he rolls it in on the right hand to give the Buccaneers their biggest lead, anybody's biggest lead of the night, 9-5, and a 4-point lead for the Buccaneers. That one goes out of play. One foul apiece for Triton and Caravel here in the first 2.5 minutes. Still passing the rock from beyond. Moving it back out to Walsh for 3. Doesn't go. Having to work through traffic on the baseline, Walsh pulls up from the Panther logo at midcourt. This one's from the corner, air ball. Caravel going back at it. Another three is going to miss the mark off the front of the window, and will have a foul. Inbounded by Walsh. Another shot misses the mark for the Mustangs. And again, Caravel working incredibly fast. He's in the lane, he makes contact, and he is fouled. Now up to 2 fouls apiece here in the early going. As Mike Sheehan gets fouled on his way up, he'll go to the charity stripe for 2. First shot falls. Caravel 3 for 3 on free throws so far. Sheehan 18 for 56 from the field. That one rattles out. That would make Sheehan a 32% true shooter from the field. However, he is 10 for 13 from the free throw line. Almost halfway through the first quarter here. Caravel up by 5. Moving in, ball gets stolen again. Caravel on a fast break in transition. He was looking for Chuck Warren. Now it goes to Lee in the corner. Lee lays it up off the front of the rim. Doesn't go, and Triton trying to rip a rebound away. Moving inside again, working through heavy traffic. Caravel forces yet another turnover. He gets trapped. We've got a scramble. He moves it out. Lee for 3. No good. Another offensive rebound by Sheehan. He's 2-on-1. Finds room. He is fouled and will get the and one as Mike Sheehan working through everything he could to get the basket, even on a double-guarded defense. And we will have 1 sub each. At this juncture, coming in for Triton is number 24, Joel Alvarez Olivares. And coming in for Caravel is number 22, Kingston Hicks. The 6th man for this Buccaneers crew. 3:40 left in the first. The and one shot is unsuccessful. And Walsh getting some help up on the floor there after taking a tumble. 7-point lead for the for the Buccaneers. Caravel is on a run. Walsh moving inside, feeds it out from beyond. The 3 ball goes. And the newest entrant into the game, Joel Olivares, or Almaraz Olivares, JAO. He delivers with a 3 ball. This one is from the baseline. I think that ball got tipped. It's going to go the other way. Wasn't sure exactly if that was an air ball or a tip, but it did look like there was some contact there. Triton trying to work fast, just like Caravel's been working fast all day. Unable to get a rebound there. It is 12-8. Triton has had 2 successful 3-point shots so far. This one goes into the corner. Another 3 ball. Misses the mark again. Rebound taken in by Marcelino Guerrero. It's a little bit confusing since Guerrero wore number 13 for the Mustangs last year. His number got bumped to number 30 in the 24-25 campaign. Moving from beyond, Walsh with a 3. That one's off the front of the rim. Guerrero trying to get a rebound. And it goes back to Kingston Hicks. Now it's Quan Lee making a man miss. Just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter as the Buccaneers have a man waiting to come in. Sheehan pump fakes with the left pivot foot, now passes it back out to Lee. Had to get a pass there before he got called for a travel. Here we go from the top of the key, and it's off the window and good for 3 as Caravel banks another, and it's 15-8. 7-point lead for the Buccaneers. He dives for the steal. Mike Sheehan going above and beyond to take care of it. And after the scramble, Caravel will inbound. Some Pittman players waiting in the wings, waiting for their chance. Some gentlemen there with the very festive Christmas suit. Three fouls for Triton, 2 for Caravel. Caravel's been very heavy-handed on the 3-ball so far in the early going, and they try another. No good. Sheehan has been crashing the board so far. And here's another corner 3 for the aforementioned Sheehan. Guerrero can't get the rebound, and instead the second chance, maybe the third or fourth chance, goes for Kingston Hicks. And it's now a 9-point lead. Buccaneers 17, Mustangs 8. These guys are forcing a lot of turnovers. They're making the Mustangs work more than expected. And a timeout is called. We'll take a quick break here on DWB as Pittman waits in the corner. There's Elijah Crispin, who has been lights out for the Panthers this year. He's at center stage, basketball shorts and all. We'll be right back here on DWB, 17-8 Caravel. Some of the Pittman gentlemen very festive this afternoon. As he's going to the locker room, I think he's carrying a speaker of some kind. But that's what I like about Pittman. They've got it on the water tower. Everybody likes Pittman. It's a motto here in Gloucester County. And they're certainly enjoying it here in the Rob Waddell gym. That one gets blocked from the corner. Goldstein tried it but was unsuccessful. He got swatted away by number 20, Metzgerty-Lemmy. And there's under a minute left in the quarter. Here comes a inbound heave out towards the volleyball line. Here's a 3. That one falls. Nothing but net there for Sheehan. He now hits the 20 mark for Caravel as Triton is still looking to get double digits before the end of the frame. Walsh, that's a 3. They trade the triples. And with 35 seconds left, Triton has crossed the double-digit mark. However, they still trail by 9. Quan Lee looking to move inside. Had some contact there. Right-handed floater doesn't go. Second chance does fall for number 10, Garrett Bone. 22-11, 11-point lead. Triton working in the corner. Both of these teams very heavily relying on the 3-ball. Here goes Walsh again, doesn't go. Walsh is going to pick up his own rebound. It's no good. We got to scramble. 2 seconds left. He hits the buzzer beater. Maybe not exactly a buzzer beater, but it was enough to get the confidence up as Joel Oliveras drives it inside and ends the first quarter on a positive note for the Mustangs. However, they still do trail by 9. Caravel puts up an impressive 22 in the first quarter. After 8, it is 22-13 Buccaneers. We'll be right back.
Doubleheader reached first on an error in the first at-bat of Game 2. This one's lined into center field. Slider going over. He dives. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Ryan Slider makes the catch. Not on a slide, but instead on a dive. 2 away.
Caravel 22, Triton 13 here at the start of the second quarter here on DWB. Caravel got out to a very good start. Triton has been inching their way back into this one, but they trailed by double digits at one point in the first quarter. So now the Mustangs looking for a rebound, figuratively and literally, in the second quarter. Mike Sheehan has been lights out for Caravel so far in this one. They have been nothing short of electric. Sheehan's been crashing the boards. He's been drawing fouls. He's been doing everything you want out of a guard like Sheehan. He's been doing everything you want out of a guard from a small school like Caravel. Here comes another breakaway. Buccaneers in the lane for a transition. He feeds it out to Sheehan. It goes back to Hicks. Again, they have been mostly passing the ball from outside the arc, moving it inside to Quan Lee. That shot got rejected. Mustangs are clapping. It will go the other way. It will remain Caravel ball here. Still no points scored in the second quarter, but we're only 40 seconds in. Here we go, 3-ball. Sheehan misses the mark by a couple of inches. Triton pulling up, pump fakes a 3. Now it goes into the corner. Here comes another one. It is no good. Trying to crash the boards again for the Mustangs with Kassir Baker getting some early minutes here. Here comes another 3. That misses the mark, heads towards the corner, and it's out of bounds. 22-13. Again, Triton trailed by double digits at 1 mark. Now they are back. But they still need it. I mean, for two teams that are heavily relying on the 3-ball, here comes another breakaway. Sheehan. Might have been a foul. I mean, that looked like it was all ball from here. So I'm not sure, to be quite honest with you, but that's good. 24-13. Mike Sheehan, uncommitted class of 2026. Here for the Buccaneers, and he's been electric so far this afternoon. Oh, that bounce pass went a little bit awry. Walsh will inbound. Walsh back to Morris. Walsh at the top of the key. Guarded by Thompson. Walsh crossing over to the right side, now trying to find some space, feeds it into the corner, now feeds it back out to the free-throw line. He's moving in, no good. Quan Lee looks for a man, and it's Bone. Now it's back out to Sheehan. An unorthodox floater with the right hand. Tried to get it out of balance, doesn't get it. Now it's another turnover for the Buccaneers, making man fall everywhere. Got more people falling than an ice hockey rink. Another scramble for the ball. Finally, the whistle flies. And you've got at least 3 players on the ground trying to come out of that scramble. A timeout was called, and so will we. We will also take a timeout. 5:24 left in the half, and even at this juncture, only 2 points have been scored in the second quarter. We'll be right back. Low scoring second frame so far. 24-13 Caravel. They're up by 11 against their Jersey opponents, the Triton Mustangs. inbounded into the far corner. This one goes to Bone, feeds it with the right hand, in traffic. Lee loses it. Triton looks to keep it in, but then he gives up the possession to Caravel anyway. Moving in, and that was a foul. I mean, even I'm not a basketball expert, but I think you could tell that one pretty clearly. And that will send Garrett Bone to the charity stripe here. First one does not go. Again, like we said, almost 3 minutes into the second quarter, only 2 points have been scored. And that was by the Buccaneers. Second one falls. Bone with 15 points this season. He has played in all 6 of the Buccaneers games. Like we said, Caravel at 4-2. They won their first 2, lost their next 2, and then have won their last 2 straight going into this tournament. This one's in the corner for 3, air ball. Walsh on high alert, gets the offensive rebound, feeds it out to Morris, and the 3 falls. Triton needing some of those threes to fall from beyond, considering how three-point reliant this Buccaneers team is. Now this one goes inside, no good. Pass got deflected on the inside, and now it'll be Caravel ball under their own basket. Trying to get it straight away off the inbound. The shot is no good. Banked off the front of the rim. And it will go back to the Mustangs. Moving inside again, 2-on-1, fires it off the window, and it goes. Quan Lee tries to feed it. The ball gets deflected a handful of times. Now it's Morris crossing over to the left, heaves it across the floor to Walsh. He's able to keep his 2 feet inbound and keep it in play. This one gets knocked down, and he lays it in. Triton's on a big run here. 25-20. Mustangs on a 7-0 run. This one gets fed inside, gets denied, but he stepped out of bounds. And considering how Triton is now finally starting to get on the board in this quarter, it has been a very light foul quarter. That probably should have been one, but the 3 ball does fall in the corner for Goldstein, and it's 28-20. And he kind of hit him right in the chest there. That ball gets tipped away out of bounds. Morris will inbound, 2:50 left in the half. This one's a high inbound, and it goes back down to Baker. It goes to Walsh at the top of the key. Now Morris moving inside. He feeds it out to Walsh. He pulls up from 3. No good, air ball. 8-point lead for Caravel, getting back into their winning ways here. Here in the late part of the second quarter. This one's a one-handed feed, and foul and 1. Mustangs making contact inside, and that will send their guard, number 2, or I guess you could say kind of a combo guard and forward there. Isaac Chakwara to the line. 2:27 left in the first half. Triton will make a change. They're going to bring in number 13, Mike Rivero. And they will sub out number 24, Joel Olivares, who had that buzzer-beating shot to end the first quarter. And one is no good. Like we said, that's only the second foul of the quarter, and both of them have been charged against the Mustangs so far. Ball gets swiped. Walsh passes it inside. It gets denied. Banks off the window. Another three, too long. And Caravel gets another rebound. It goes back to Quan Lee, who lays it in with the left hand. Shot gets waved off. I didn't catch exactly what was called there, but Sheehan inbounds. That ball gets stolen away, and Rivero knocks it in. So Rivero taking advantage of what is now a 2-minute full court press. Oh, that ball gets away, and Triton putting the pressure on here. I mean, they have completely shifted strategy. They went from being rather passive on Caravel's aggressive offense, something of a modified run and gun that really, really benefits from beyond the arc. Walsh moving inside. He had 3 men on him. And he gets fouled. That will be the first foul on the Buccaneers in this quarter. Might even be it's the first time Triton's getting sent to the line. That shot goes for Jalen Walsh, or excuse me, for Talon Walsh. 6-foot senior guard. 138 points for him in his career going into today, at 112 in his junior season last year. Sheehan fading away from the paint. And Caravel entering the final minute will lead by 10. Jalen Morris cuts to the left past Lee, chucks it up from 3, and he got fouled. Looks like he's going to take 3 shots. So Caravel racks up their first and second fouls in as many minutes. Coach Canzanese giving his case. And Jalen Morris will go to the line. Morris, 5'8" sophomore guard, has had 33 points so far this season. In a 62-41 win over Cumberland, he put up 5 for 12 from 3, I should say, I'm sorry. 5 for 12 from the free throw line, 20 points, 2 boards, 5 assists, and 6 steals. I mean, that's almost Michael Carter-Williams stats right there. Incredible amount of steals there. I mean, for a guy as quick and nimble for his size. That shot goes, makes it 34-26. And Goldstein will inbound. Again, full court press here in the final minute. Triton looking to force some turnovers here. They have some fouls to work with if they do get a little too touchy, a little too close. If they get a little bit too into it. Sheehan fading away off the front of the rim. Rebound by Walsh. He's going to bring this up the floor. They've got 40 seconds and counting. Walsh pulled up. Now he pump fakes. Second pump fake in a row. Now he gets it back out to Walsh from 3, and it falls. Triton closing the gap. Just 30 seconds ago, they trailed by 10. Now it goes inside. He loses the ball, goes way too long on the layup, and now Triton going hard off the window, no good. And with 10 seconds left, Caravel's going to go for another break. This feels like I'm playing NBA 2K right now. 3 seconds left. Lee for the buzzer beater, no good off the rim. And at the end of the half, Triton makes a quick run to put everybody on their toes. It's 34-29 at the end of the half. Definitely not what we expected. Caravel led by double digits entering the final minute of the half, and then a very late run for the Mustangs put them ahead. It's a 5-point game. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Jake Steidler. Please enjoy some DWB archives, enjoying the best of the best from our history as a company here in South Jersey and beyond. So we'll have a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Doubleheader reached first on an error.
It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCIT will hang on to the possession. It goes to Stanwood. Stanwood inside. They'll get the shot off. It's good! Unbelievable! Boston calls the timeout, but will they get it? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! A double contest shot from Hellman! Wow. Ryan James wanted the timeout, but did they get it in time?
And this is going to bring up Andrew Petrick, who has a single in this game. And here's a fly ball popped up right field side. And it's fair. It's fair. They're going to throw to second for try to get this play. The force out. They got him, but the game is tied. How about it for Woodstown? They complete the comeback to make it 8-8. So now there is one out after Kubat let it fall in right, and because the bases were loaded, you know what? That's a very smart play. One nothing Red Bank. Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0. BB and Copsetta trading a couple looks. They know what's going on. Full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons in the Ralph Shaw Classic 26th annual. They are back on top for the first.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Go ahead. Starting the third quarter and the second half here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. A very interesting first half, to say the least. I mean, not to be outdone, the Triton Mustangs down by double digits, made a big late run, full court pressing in the final 2 minutes, catching Caravel off guard and finding plenty of ways to get ahead. And while they aren't ahead in the score, they're certainly ahead in the runs. They are trailing 34-29 here at the start of the third quarter. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, mostly because Triton just seems to get on these runs. Sometimes they end up not working out, and then Caravel gets a couple of three balls to put the game not away, but more comfortably in their favor. And then, you've got everything else for Triton. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It looks like Goldstein will inbound for the Buccaneers. Like we said, Buccaneers going into this matchup 4-2. They won their first two, then they lost their next two, and they've won their last two. So maybe a bit of a streak that they've got going on here, but like we said, Goldstein will inbound for the Buccaneers as Triton breaks from their huddle and passes it to Quan Lee for the first possession of the third quarter. Moving from three, that's good. And Goldstein got us started off with an inbound. He gets us started off in the third quarter with a three ball. Walsh moving in now from the free throw line. He's got a man open. Instead, he takes it himself. Ball rattles out, gets an offensive board. Walsh, three, good. Talon Walsh, the 6-foot guard. Keeping this game close, back-to-back threes. They trade a couple triples, and it's 37-32, 5-point game. And wide open. And there you go again. That's why you don't leave a guy like Mike Sheehan open. That one rattles out. Second chance, stays on the top of the rim. Third chance, fourth chance is a foul. They had a first, second, and third chance, and on attempt number 4, they pick up a foul, and they will send Triton's number 5, Kassir Baker, to the line. First shot good. Let's check in on some out-of-town scores. Cinnaminson with a whole bunch of shots in the fourth quarter with 3:28 left. It's 53-47. Bishop Eustis over Cinnaminson. Rancocas Valley trails Timber Creek 50-44 with 30 seconds left in regulation. This one for Goldstein rolls out. Tries to get the rebound and tries to keep the ball in play, but no good. Delsea beat Pensgrove in double overtime, 51-49. And Haddon Township upset Gloucester Catholic in the Audubon Holiday Tournament. Bone, that one was close to being a disaster there. It's back to Sheehan. Flying in, doesn't get it there. Lee unable to pick up an offensive rebound. Now it's Morris pulling up for the Mustangs as they trail by 6. He spins around. Olivares turns the ball over. Into the corner. Sheehan, 3! Mike Sheehan with the triple. Coach Canzonese calls a timeout. And we'll be right back. 5:50 left in the third as the Mustangs take a break. They trail by 9, 42-33. Welcome back. This broadcast is brought to you by RCSJ Gloucester Roadrunners Athletic Department. Prospective athletes who wish to participate in the JUCO route in the 2025-26 season should fill out their prospect form at rcroadrunners.com and follow their social media on all platforms at RC Roadrunners. Of course, for men's basketball, they're led by Coach Brandon Williams, having a good season so far in the Region 19 play. But not only is the JUCO route becoming more popular year after year, a school with great athletics and great academics as well is a perfect option for many athletes in South Jersey. If that's the route you want to take, visit rcroadrunners.com to fill out the prospect form and to receive more information. And also, if you are a small business owner interested in advertising with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, drop me a line with an advertising inquiry at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. We'll send you an advertising flyer with more information on how to get involved and how to bring your business in front of over 75,000 annual viewers. The 3-ball falls for Triton. Back to a 6-point game. Caravel having to work through that Triton full court press. Walsh tipped it and it went out of bounds. Still Buccaneers possession. Layup goes for the Buccaneers, back to an 8-point lead. The biggest lead they've had tonight is 12. But Triton has kept them close. They haven't taken the lead at any point, but Triton is making sure that at no point this game gets away. Foul and 1. Mustangs go to the stripe. And that's just good offense right there. Triton leaning in to make sure that they are able to take control of the situation. It will send Israel Funches to the line. Sophomore guard / forward can kind of do it all. Only has 8 points going into this contest, but he's played in all 3 games for the Mustangs this year. 8 points and 8 rebounds. That ball gets swiped away from Quan Lee, and it goes the other way. Buccaneers ball. Finding room for Sheehan, lays it in off the right hand, off the floater. Moving out. Out of bounds. Caravel leads 46-39. That shot gets denied. Triton moving very quickly up the floor. Feeds it out. 4-3 to Rivero, and it falls. Mike Rivero is loving it. And they have pulled this game within 4. Ball gets swatted away. Caravel hangs onto it. Now Lee pulls up. 3! Caravel with an anything you can do, I can do better statement 3 there from the forward Lee. Walsh makes a man miss, finds room on a screen. Now this one goes up off the left hand. And now Baker adds to the scoring. 5-point game. That ball gets swatted, hits off the backboard. Triton, oh my goodness. So close for an incredible rebound. And it goes. Thought there might have been some contact there too. Coach Tobin calls a timeout. And he is in disbelief as Caravel with a cold run and the red and blue Triton Mustangs, they are red hot. It's a 1-possession game. We will take a break. 3:03 left in the third. How about that? What a turnaround for the Mustangs coming down here to Pittman. It's 49-46. We'll be right back.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Well, Triton has made this very interesting. 49-46. And Caravel inbounding. Again, Triton doing the same thing they did at the end of the first half. This shot gets tipped. Caravel hangs onto it. Incredible turn of events, though, for Triton, down by double digits. And they've now made it a 1-possession game. That will be Caravel ball. By the way, final score from the Cinnaminson Holiday Showcase, 66-61. Bob Falconero gets his 300th career win. Eustis beating Cinnaminson by 5. He got fouled before he got to the backcourt. Lee to inbound. Feeding it back to Lee here with under 3 minutes left in the third. This one's up. No good, off the mark. Feeds it to Hicks. Fouled. And Chekwara will go to the stripe. Off the front of the rim. By the way, from the Marty Darrer Showcase in Delsea. Double overtime game between Delsea and Pennsgrove, 51-49. And then the final of the second game of the day was Timber Creek 52, Rancocas Valley 44. That was another game following a milestone win for Jay Flanagan, who picked up 500 wins as a head coach. Triton trying to get out of the jam. They do, with double guard traffic. Walsh setting up a screen. This one's still passing the rock from beyond. Rivero cuts inside. Now it's Walsh from three, off the mark. Made a man miss, and it goes the other way. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Of course, some of these kids on this Triton team might be freshmen and sophomores who will need their permit someday. And the best place for that in South Jersey is Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their state driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Sweet Eve, the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. You can see Coach Tobin hands on head, really just not believing what he's seeing from his team. Not happy with the Buccaneers here. Spin move to the basket, lays it in on the reverse. And Triton has made this a game again. With under a minute and a half in the third, like we said, they trailed by 9 at the end of the first. They trailed by 5 at the end of the half, and that was after several double-digit deficits. Sheehan is trapped in the corner. He bounces the ball off a Triton foot, and it goes the other way. Now he's got a man in transition. Rivero off the right hand, and this game is tied for the first time since the first tip-off. Triton has a chance to take their first lead since 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first. He's got it. Morris lays it up, and the Mustangs have the lead. Unbelievably, a walk is called. Caravel wanted a foul. Chekwara thought he got hit. Maybe, I think I might have seen that too. And just a stone-cold expression from Coach Mike Tobin right now as the Mustangs take their first lead since the first minute of the game, 52-50. That ball gets tipped. And it will be Triton ball. That one goes inside. He's got room, made a man miss. Off the front of the rim. No good. And Caravel will inbound again. And that's a foul as Sheehan. Looks like that'll be the fourth foul on Triton. The fun thing about this game is that no team at any point has reached the bonus mark. Not in the first, second, or third. Triton is the closest it's been with 4 fouls. That was the first one on Oliveras. first personal foul, that is. That ball got swiped away. Walsh. Oh, heavy contact at the rim. Hopefully everybody's okay. That was a hard fall for Hicks. And right on cue, Taylon Walsh goes to the line for 2 with 8 seconds left in the third quarter as Triton has their first lead of, I should say, their first lead since the first minute of the game. They led, I think it was 3-2. They had a 3 ball, and then Caravel ran away with it. But the Mustangs have caught up to those old Buccaneers. And 5 seconds left. No foul there. 2 seconds on the board. He pulls up, gets it off. No, did not get off in time. Well, I mean, he did get it off in time, but the walk is called. Doesn't matter anyway because the shot didn't go. But Triton, how about it? What a day for them. They were down by 9 at the end of the first, down by 5 at the end of the second, and at the end of the third, they lead by 4. We'll be back here on DWB. Well, what a third quarter that was to kick us off. 54-50 as Taylon Walsh, who had the last shot of the third, will have the first of the fourth. Walsh moving it up the floor. That one gets missed. Oh, made a man trip. Now it's Sheehan. Lays it up and it rolls in. I mean, the biggest thing for Caravel here is they've got to keep their composure. They've been knocked down. They've been maybe made a little bit foolish by the Mustangs. You just got to keep your composure. This is the fourth quarter. You think about clock management. That one, wow, very nice reverse. Now, the difference with Delaware and Jersey is that I should say not the difference, but a similarity, is that both Delaware and Jersey do not have shot clocks in high school basketball. Jersey and Delaware have both been considering it, and it's obviously a nice filler column for a slow news day, but a 4-point lead for the Mustangs. You know, this is the thing where if Caravel was leading, they'd be thinking about clock management. Triton's leading, they're thinking about clock management. You know, we saw it on Friday night with Washington and Kingsway where, you know, those two teams barely scored in the fourth quarter because in the last 4 or 5 minutes, they're all taking 30, 40-second possessions. And this is what Walsh is doing here. He's taking his time. He's got a 4-point lead to work with. And even with 6:30 on the clock with no shot clock, you know, Caravel kind of has to force the issue. Wow, they called a double dribble on Triton. Taylon Walsh looking for an explanation. Andrew Kenzanace not happy there. Does not move. Chukwara, heavy contact in the corner. The ball gets swatted away. Walsh has room, feeds it to Morris. The 5'8" sophomore guard lays it in, and it is a 6-point lead for the Mustangs. She's getting a little bit crazy here. How about it? Caravel shot is waved off for a walk. Morris working fast. 3. No good. Morris gets the offensive board. They've been crashing the boards here in the second half. Triton has been very good at outsmarting Caravel on these boards as they lead by 6 after what has been a crazy good comeback. He moves it. Sheehan. Bit of a slow shot that hits off the window. It goes out of play. 2 subs coming in for the Buccaneers. That being Logan Sweeney and Garrett Bone. Bone has had some substantial minutes tonight. Walsh inbounds. Here we go. Bounce pass, fed, hit hard, and the foul is called. The foul was called on the newest sub into the game, Logan Sweeney. And for Triton, it will send Baker back to the line. Baker, 6'3" forward. Had 127 points in his junior year, 149 rebounds. Had a double-double versus Cumberland in a 62-41 win back on Friday. 13 points, 14 boards, 2 blocks, and 1 steal for the 6'3" forward. Baker, second shot, misses the mark, bounces off the window. Triton had the last touch there. Still only 1 foul here in the fourth quarter. Like we said, in no quarter has any team reached the bonus mark. Feeds it inside, hits off of somebody. Tobin is fired up. Buccaneers will inbound. Feeds the pass from deep. Goldstein feeds it to Bone. Back to Goldstein. Goldstein contains the rattle. And it's back to Lee. Back to Goldstein. Into the corner for Bone. Bone back to Lee. Drops it a couple times. Guarding Walsh. Goes to his left from mid-range. Actually from, I should say, deep 2-point range. But the shot doesn't fall, and now Triton can start thinking again about how to conserve time and how to really waste time. That shot goes for Jalen Morris. Walsh got caught in some crossfire, and the foul is called on Walsh. That's his 3rd foul, 3rd personal foul, 2nd team foul. Actually, I'm sorry, that's just their 1st team foul. That shot is denied. Lee stepped out. Both of his feet were on the baseline. And I think Tobin's frustration there was more with the players, not the call there. More full court pressing here. Caravel looking for a remedy as they trail by 9. By far their biggest deficit of the night. Sheehan doesn't go. That shot is deflected, out of bounds, and it looks like it will be Triton ball. They'll inbound it here with 4 minutes left in the 4th, 61-52. And before any shenanigans can continue, Triton calls a timeout. They have 2 remaining. We'll be back. critical juncture here for the Buccaneers and the Mustangs. It is 61-52. Mustangs with their largest lead of the night. They lead by 9. Well, what a game this has been. It looks like Caravel had this one in the bag. And then Triton came out. And I think the turning point of that game, of this game so far, was the full court press that they started with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Triton had it. They kept getting steals. When we talked about earlier, there was Morris who had 6 steals versus Cumberland back on Friday. Last Friday, that is. Walsh falls down. He went into the second row. Now he's got it back from the second row to the 3-corner. And Walsh gives the Mustangs a double-digit lead. This one's inside and a foul and one. Goldstein delivers from the baseline, and he'll go to the stripe as the Buccaneers looking to rebound. .331 left in the fourth, 64-54. I'm telling you, there's some points where it feels like you can hear a pin drop in this gym. I'm getting all excited about the and one, which he did make. And it's just like, all right, everybody settle down now. Buccaneers do get the ball back. Lee from the elbow, good. And the Buccaneers back at it again, 64-57 now. Walsh in trouble. He's got 3 men on him, falling away. Buccaneers get the rebound. Lee, a high pass into the corner. Sheehan is able to bring it down. Sheehan guarded by Walsh. Feeds it back out. Another bounce pass, this time to Chukwara. Moving inside with traffic. Bone gets fouled. Triton has 2 timeouts remaining. Caravel still has 3. Here in the Pittman Holiday Tournament, first round here from the Rob Waddell Gymnasium. Pittman High School, nearly 100 years old. Of course, their classic Thanksgiving rivalry with Clayton celebrated their 99th year, with Pittman winning that game. I think it was 13-6, something like that, something low scoring. It was a rainy day this Thanksgiving over at Davis Field. Pittman football plays their games at the Davis Field, which is actually at the middle school, because they don't have really adequate room for a high school football field. With that being said, Caravel hits their free throw shots from Garrett Bone. We'll be right back, 64-58 in favor of the Mustangs. 2:46 left in the fourth. Triton with a substantial lead, 64-58. Garrett Bone did hit both of his free throws. Triton now at 3 fouls. Has some heavy defense and a scramble and a whistle. As falling down on that play was Israel Funches. Walsh will inbound. 2:35 remaining. Feeds it back out to Morris, the 5'8" guard who, as we said, versus Cumberland on Friday, picked up 6 steals in the win for the Mustangs. Foul is going to be called. Looks like it is going to be on the Buccaneers. That's their second. Second team foul and the second personal foul on Garrett Bone. Who has had some substantial minutes tonight. I keep saying tonight, but it's clear as day outside. Kicks it off of the left foot of Sheehan, who has been the leading scorer for the Buccaneers. Might even be a candidate for a double-double. Oh, he just shot the ball through the 5-hole. He went straight for it. How about it? A timeout was called. It looks like Caravel was the one who called it. Hey, let's stay on the air. Let's read through some ad reads. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. They are open 7 days a week for all of your pet needs, including, but not limited to, toys, food, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon. This broadcast is also brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Wrestling, South Jersey's top semi-pro wrestling organization, with high-flying events and nonstop action throughout the state and the tri-state area. For more information, visit DAWGProWrestling.com. That is Dog Pro Wrestling, DAWGProWrestling.com. And again, if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with us at DWB, send us an email with an advertising inquiry at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. Bounce pass in the lane. Bone rolls over the basket as if there was a pane of glass. Ball gets shot up with a couple of feet and a couple of ankles. Wow, Morris fading away. They call a jump ball. They called the jump ball. It will be Caravel ball as they trail by 6. Moving into the lane. He falls away and a walk is called. Funches will inbound as we've got our little 2-minute drill here. This could get very interesting. Now they call a travel on Triton. And Coach Ken Zanez not happy there. .205 left in the fourth. Quan Lee will inbound. Dangerously close to the half-court line for Goldstein. Now it's back to Lee, who inbounded the ball. He stands on top of the Panther logo at half court. Morris guarding with distance. Bounce pass off the right hand, back to Chuck Warren. Now it's inside for Sheehan. He lays it in with both hands. Back to a 4-point game. Rivero in trouble. Again, double guarding basically everybody they can have. It's a foul and one! Foul and one! The sophomore forward, Israel Funches, lays it in with a chance for a 7-point lead. And after Caravel had no fouls in the first 4 minutes of the quarter, they have now picked up 4. As we said, no team in this game has received a bonus. There have been several teams who have gotten to 4 fouls each, but in no quarter of this game have we seen any bonuses. That probably will change. Walsh, pump fakes, feeds with the right hand, that's a turnover. Caravel's got it. Now it's Lee, the forward, rolling up the floor with speed. Now it's Chuck War off the right hand, and he goes. Next foul for Caravel sends the Mustangs to the stripe. Mustangs barely hanging on to the ball there. Here's a foul and another and one. Mike Rivero, the junior guard, 6'3", with a great contribution there. Looked like it was a little bit uncoordinated, but the right hand goes. And for a man in his first varsity season with the Mustangs, they get the rebound after the and one. They missed the shot, but now it's Rivero into the corner for Morris. 1 minute to play. 69-62. The ball gets swatted away. Sheehan has it. He gets fouled on his way up. He hit his head against the padding, it looked like, on the back wall. And as we said, right on cue, for the first time tonight, or this afternoon, I keep saying tonight, it is 1:15, because we're so used to doing these 6 and 7 o'clock night games. We're so used to it. But first shot from Sheehan is successful. 56 seconds to play. 69-63. Triton would improve to 2-2 with a win. Caravel would fall to 4-3 after they've won their last 2 games over Gloucester County Christian and Brandywine over in PA. Walsh brings it up the floor. He gets danced around. And Walsh got hit hard, basically got thrown off a horse. And maybe a technical foul or something more severe because of the severity of that play. He won't get it, but he will still get 2 shots from the line for Taylon Walsh. First shot is too long. 5-point game. I mean, Caravel has worked some rebound for Bone. They don't have all 5 of their starters in, but one of them is Bone. He moves in. It knocks off the bottom of the window. Morris is wide open a mile away. He stops, he starts, and it rattles over the basket. 35 seconds left. The ball rolls to Bone. Now it goes to Sheehan. He's got room from the three-point line, doesn't take it. The mid-range shot is no good. He took a contested shot when he had a man open behind him, and the foul is called. And that was another foul on Caravel. 69-64. Don't forget on deck is Pittman and Paulsboro, a South Jersey Group 1 rematch from last year. That was a fun one. I think we had 150, 200 concurrent viewers in that game. As Triton breaks the 70 mark, 70-64. Of course, that's nowhere near the highest scoring game of the season on Monday to 23rd. Hold on here. Bone falls down. That'll go the other way. The highest scoring game we ever had in DWB basketball was just on December 23rd in a cross-county, cross-conference matchup between Gateway and Clayton. That was a game where Clayton scored 100 and beat the Gateway Gators 100-72. And the second highest scoring game in DWB basketball history also had Clayton, a game where they lost 87-80. A timeout is called. Triton committed their 5th foul on Garrett Bone. It is the 3rd foul against Baker tonight. I'm sorry, I guess Israel Funches. We'll take a break. 22 seconds left. I still have to have a voice for the second game in about 45 minutes. So a lot of tea it is. 70-64. We'll be right back. Mustangs 70, Buccaneers 64. Definitely a turn of events after the sequence that we saw in the first half where, we were kind of thinking that Caravel was going to take their money and run, but that was not the case. As we said, Caravel was 4-2 going into this matchup. They had season-opening wins over Aspira and Brandywine on the road, and then they were at home to Smyrna. They lost 61-44. Then they lost again on the road versus Chichester PA in a winter showcase 58-43. And then they won on the road again, Gloucester County Christian 73-50, and then Tattenall School 46-30. That's another foul. Caravel plays as an independent in the DIAA, which also does not use a shot clock like New Jersey. They are kind of to Delaware what the Hun School and Atlanta Christian, County Christian, I guess you could say as well, like Camden Academy Charter, Freedom Prep, what those schools are to Jersey, Caravel is to Delaware. They're a private Catholic school. Now, funny enough, a friend of mine from elementary school went to Audubon for a little while. I was friends with him for a long time, and then he went down to Caravel. James Steele, he's a defensive end for the Caravel football team, and he recently committed to Toledo to play FBS football. So congratulations to James. As the 3-ball off the front of the rim with 15 seconds left, that might ice it, and it rattles in. They've got 10 seconds left. Both teams have a timeout left. That ball rolls through Triton. It gets back on a reverse, and it goes. They only have 3 seconds left. Now a timeout is called with 2.5 seconds left. It's a 3-point game. So a lot of confusion there. It looks like Caravel called their last timeout. I'm sorry, no. Triton called their last timeout. That's interesting. So I think if the rules will be correct, then they would not inbound from under the basket. They would inbound from further up. That's interesting. That's interesting to say the least. I mean, what did we say? It was 72-65 with 17 seconds left. And then I don't know. We're having stream issues. So there's 2.5 seconds left. Sorry, we had a bit of a buffer issue with the video. Triton breaking from the timeout, talking it over. They're still in the huddle. The fists have been in the air for about 20 seconds. There we go. Pittman getting ready on the far side for their matchup against Paulsboro. There's Elijah Crispin, who we were here for when he scored his 1,000th point. 72-69. Here we go. He's fouled. And they did have some time. If Triton hits one of their shots, the game is over. Effectively over, unless you get some magical 4-point foul. But a quick 4-point shift for the Buccaneers, as they will sub in number 22, Kingston Hicks. I'm surprised that the Buccaneers are not starting all 5 of their original starters in this critical juncture. To possibly win the game, it's no good. Now, I mean, you hope he misses, but they just switched it up on the scoreboard. They're saying Caravel called that last timeout, not Triton. So Caravel is out of timeouts. And a shot here could seal it. It's no good. The clock is running. He feeds the ball out, and it's nowhere close. And Triton somehow, some way, hangs on to send the Buccaneers to the consolation round on Monday. How about that? I mean, that is a level of comeback experience that I don't think I've seen in a while. Triton looked like they were out of it. They were playing bad basketball. They trailed by 9 at the end of the first quarter. They trailed by 5 at the half. And then by the end of the third quarter, guess what? They were in the lead, and they never gave it up. Caravel just, let me do our usual little post-game thing before these guys take the floor. But, I mean, wow, just the fact that these two teams, there we go. You can see me a little bit down there. Let me adjust. And there you go. Got a bit of a high angle on me today. Makes me look good. But, you know, how about that for Caravel and Triton? The fact that two teams that hadn't played each other before, didn't have any experience with each other. You know, Caravel doesn't play in a particular conference. They play in the NJSIAA Independence, and they played good basketball. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Delaware doesn't get the same recognition just because they're a small state, but Caravel played good basketball. You know, obviously it's not at a national level or anything, but Buccaneers played good ball. They were up early. They were up at the half. They looked like they had that composure, and then just something broke down in that third quarter that really changed the game. And I think that a big part of it was that 2-minute drill at the end of the half. Triton starts the full court press. They don't know what to do. They get steal, and then they get a couple shots off, and it works perfectly. So right now, I think that the issue for Caravel was that they just couldn't deliver when it mattered. They played very good basketball. They put 69 points on the board. That's not easy to do, especially in this kind of situation. But the fact that they held it to 3 points, considering Triton was up by double digits at one point in that fourth quarter, they came back. They kept them close. They always kept that game close. The lead never got beyond 12. The game never really got out of hand. So I'll keep it brief. We've got 30 minutes until tip-off between Pittman and Paulsboro right here on DWB. Make sure to switch your live stream if you're watching the second game. Make sure you click on the live tab and then look for Pittman and Paulsboro. And we'll be back in just a couple of moments. We'll end the stream here. This will be Into the Road if you're a Buccaneers fan or a Mustang fan. But if you want to stick around, 2 o'clock is the tip-off for Pittman and the Paulsboro Red Raiders. We will be back in a few moments, but from our entire crew, our social media coordinators, Brandon Kegerland and Keely Curran, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my producer, sticking around for today, Jake Steidler. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you in just about a half hour for the Red Raiders and the Panthers here on DWB.